Good day everyone, I'm Mark Joseph A. Linogon, PE Scream 2 Section O. Today we're gonna talk about Durkheim anomy theory and social anomy theory. Introduction. Emile Durkheim, 1858 to 1917, was a pioneering French sociologist who studied how societies maintain order and how social changes affect individuals. One of his key contributions to sociology is the concept of anomy, which explains how social instability and normless can lead to a deviant behavior including crime and suicide. What is anomy? Anomy literally means normlessness. It is condition in which social norms, rules, or values are weak, unclear, or absent. In such a state, individuals may feel disconnected from society and uncertain about how to behave. Anomy often occurs during period of rapid social or economic change. Durkheim's views on anomy. Durkheim believed that society provides both goals and norms for individuals. When social norms are unclear or fail to regulate behavior, individuals experience frustration and disorientation. He argued that such normlessness can result in deviance, crime, and even suicide. Anomy and Suicide. In his landmark work, Suicide 1897, Durkheim studied how social factors affect individual behavior. He identified anomic suicide, which occurs when societal norms are disrupted by sudden changes such as number 1 is rapid economic growth or financial crisis. Next is sudden loss of social or economic status. And the last one is another related type is egoistic suicide, which occurs due to weak social ties and feelings of isolation. Causes of anomy. Rapid social changes, industrialization or urbanization. Second is economic instability, which puberty, sudden wealth, or unemployment. The last one is weak social integration or moral guidance, modern relevance. Durkheim anomy theory remains relevant today because it explains why crime rate may rise in societies undergoing rapid changes, how economic inequality contribute to social instability, the importance of social norms, cohesion, and support system in maintaining social order. Durkheim's concept of anomy highlights the critical role of social norms in regulating behavior. Societies that fail to maintain clear norms and moral guidance risk producing frustration, deviance, and social unrest. Understanding anomy helps sociologists, policymakers, and community address the social causes of crime, suicide, and other forms of deviant behavior. Now let's proceed to social anomy theory. Introduction. Social anomy theory is a sociological concept that explains what happens when the norms, rules, and values of society weaken or break down. When people no longer have clear guidance on how to behave, confusion and deviant behavior can appear. This theory was first developed by Emile Durkheim, one of the founders of sociology, mainly in his book Division of Labor and Society 1893 and Suicide 1897. Meaning of social anomy. Social anomy means a condition of normlessness, a situation where society rules become unclear, weak, or no longer effective in guiding behavior. Durkheim used the term to describe a breakdown of social order, usually caused by rapid or sudden changes in society. In simple terms, anomy happens when people don't know what is right or wrong anymore because society rules are no longer strong. Durkheim explained that social anomy is caused by: first, rapid social change. When society changes too fast, urbanization, industrialization, migration, old rules disappear and new norms have not formed yet. Durkheim stated that both success and failure can produce anomy because both break old routines and rules. Second, economic changes. Large economic shifts such as poverty, unemployment, sudden wealth, or financial crisis can disrupt people, expectation, and cause instability. Last one is the weak social regulation. When institutions like family, school, religion, and government fail, to regulate or guide individuals' behavior, people feel lost and directionless. Effect of social anomie. Social anomie leads to several major social problems. First, deviant behavior. Because norms are unclear, people may break rules, commit crime, or engage in antisocial behavior. Second, personal confusion and frustration. Individuals feel they do not belong, feel helpless, or feel no direction in life. Third, increased suicide rates. Durkheim identified anomic suicide, which happens when social regulation collapse and people cannot cope with sudden changes. The last one is social disorder. Society becomes unstable with rising conflict, inequality, and a weakening sense of community. Example of social anomie. A community hit by a sudden economic crisis, people lose job, confusion and crime increase. Sudden industrialization, people move to cities, all tradition disappear, norms weaken. Social influence, values quickly, teenager confuse identity behavior. Media all replace about and. Social anomie is still used today to explain crime rate in poor or rapidly changing communities, mental health issue caused by social pressure, identity struggle due to fast modernization, breakdown of tradition values in globalized society. Because of this, social anomie remains one of the most important theories in sociology and criminology. Conclusion. Social anomie theories explain how social disorders happen when norms collapse. Durkheim showed that society must maintain strong, clear norms and stable institutions to avoid confusion, deviance and instability. The concept remains deeply relevant because modern society experiences constant changes, which can quickly weaken social norms. Thank you.
Self-determination theory. Proponent theories: Edward L. Deci and Richard M. Ryan, both professor and University of Rochester. What is SDT? SDT, one of the theories of human motivation. Motivation is a process that starts with a psychological needs that activates a behavior of the drive is a aim at a goal. A central premise that theory is that individuals have innate tendencies toward personal growth and vitality that are either satisfied or rendered by their immediate environment. Self-determination theory. Self-determination theory is an empirically based theory of human motivation, development, and wellness. The theory focuses on type rather than just amount. Motivation pay of particular attention, autonomous motivation, control motivation, and motivation as predictors of performance, rational and well-being outcomes. It also addresses the social condition that enhance versus diminishes this type of motivation, proposing to finding that the decrease to which basic psychological needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness are support versus rather affect both the type of strength of motivation. SDT also examines people life goals or aspirations, showing differential relationship of intrinsic versus intrinsic life goals to performance and psychological health. Self-determination theory. As a micro theory of human motivation, self-determination theory address such a basic issue as personality development, self-regulation, universal psychological needs, life goals and aspiration, energy and vitality, the unconscious process and relation of culture to motivation, and the impact of social environments on motivation, affect behavior and well-being. Self-determination theory. Self-determination theory is a theory of motivation and personality that address three universal, innate and psychological needs: competence, autonomy, and a psychological relatedness. self-determination or SDT versus other motivational theories. Most contemporary theories of motivation assume that people initiate a series of behaviors to that extent that they believe the behavior will lead to desired outcomes or goals, beginning with the works Lewin 1936 and Tolman 1932. This premise has led motivation researchers to explore the psychological value people ascribe to goal. T. Kasher and Ryan 1996. Room 1964. People expectation about attaining goals. Branson, Seligman and Tisdale 1978. Bandura 1989. Rotter 1966, and the mechanism that keep people moving toward selected goals. Engineer Carver and Stitcher 1998. Since the time of the shift toward cognitive theories, most motivation theorists remained unwilling to consider needs, focusing instead on goal-related efficacy. SDT maintained that full understanding not only the goals-directed behavior, but also of the psychological development and well-being cannot be achieved without addressing the needs that give goals their psychological potence and that influence which regulatory process direct people goal pursuits. Specifically, in SDT, three psychological needs for competence, relatedness, and autonomy are considered essential for understanding that what I and E content and Y, i.e. process of goal pursuits. Three psychological needs. We assert that there are not intents of optimal healthy development in which need for autonomy, relatedness, or competence was neglected, whether or not the individuals consciously value their need. The short psychological health requires satisfaction of all three needs. One or two are not enough. Accordingly, innate psychological needs for competence, relatedness, and autonomy concern the structure of the human psyche, for they are referred to innate and lifespan tendencies toward achieving effectiveness, connectedness, and coherence. They present versus absence of environmental conditions that allow satisfaction of these basic needs in people, immediate situation, and in their developed histories, and thus decay predictor of whether or not people will display vitality and mental health.
This is my topic. Interactional theory. Introduction. International theory explains how behavior is influenced by personal and social interaction. Emphasize that causes of behavior are dynamic, not statistic. Interaction theory explains behavior as shaped by personal experience and social interactions that constantly change over time. Concept: behavior developed through continuous interaction, and environment shape action. Personal choices also influences social response. Behavior forms through ongoing interaction where social bonds, environment, and personal decisions influence action. Key elements: social relationship and personal attitudes per influence environmental factors. Social relationship, connection with others, shaping behaviors, values, support, and everyday interaction. Personal attitude, individual beliefs and feelings influence influencing decision, action, and overall behavior. Peer influence, pressure, encouragement from the friends, affecting choices, habits, and action. Environmental factors surrounding conditions like family, community, and neighborhood shaping human behavior. Application used to understand crime and deviant behavior shows how weak social bonds increase risk or delinquency and help guidance intervention strategies. The theory helps by showing how weak social increase delinquency risk and guide prevention. Conclusion. Interactional theory highlight the importance of changing environments and behavior is shaped through ongoing social exchange. Interactional theory explains that behavior develops through continuous social interaction and positive changes in a person's environment can greatly improve their actions. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. This is my report about self-control theory. Introduction, developed by Michael Gottfredson and Travis Hershey in 1990. Core concept, low self-control leads to impulsive and risky behavior. Traits, impulsivity, risk-seeking, self-centeredness. So, low self-control cause people to make quick, unplanned choices which increase the likelihood of engaging in dangerous or harmful actions. Impulsivity, acting quickly without knowing or thinking about consequences. Risk-seeking, enjoying or actively looking for dangerous or risky activities. Self-centeredness, focusing mainly on oneself and not considering the feelings or needs of others. Cause of low self-control, poor parenting practices, lack of monitoring, recognition, and discipline. So, poor parenting practices, behavior or action of parents that fail to provide guidance, support, discipline, and care for their children. So, lack of monitoring. When parents do not offer their children are, who they are with, or what.
Good day to every one of us. To our professor, Attorney Alan Castro, sir, I am Lorraine Gregorio, BS Criminology, Section O, member of Group 6. Our presenting my topic is about culture deviance theory. Culture deviance theory. That theory was born out of the work of University of Chicago sociologists Clifford Shaw and Henry Mackey in the 1930s, which was later expanded upon by the criminologist Walter B. Miller, 1958, who is credited with developing the distinct concept of culture deviance theory. Miller suggested that delinquent behavior arose as a result of focal concern or a set of issues that the subject feel highly emotional involved with of lower class culture. What is culture deviance theory? A state that a crime is correlated strongly to the cultural values and norms prevalent in a society. In other words, individuals may turn to crime not on account of any innate character trait, but because they are influenced by number one, the place they live, they live in. Geographic and community environment shape behavior. Number two, the people they are surrounded by social circle and peer group affect decision making. The last one, the socio-economic condition of their micro environment, economic hardship and living condition impact choices and opportunities. There are 6 focal concerns of cultural deviance theory. Mellor further identified 6 cornerstones of lower class subculture that he called focal concern. According to Miller, a fixation of lower class youth with this focal concern lead to increased delinquency. These 6 focal concerns were: number 1, trouble, interference from official social control against agent. When someone follow the role of their own subculture instead of the role of the society. Trouble represent undesirable consequences. Number 2, thoughtness. In lower class cultures, being taught is highly valued. It means ignoring consequences, showing no sentimentality, disrespecting education and art, and objectifying women. Young people try to be taught to earn respect from their peers. Distorted image of masculinity. Number 3, smartness, the ability to manipulate and outwit other through skillful deployment of verbal and psychological skill. Number 4, excitement, a search for thrills and intense experiences to break the monotony of daily life, often tied to activities that are risky or illegal. Number 5, faith, a belief that one life is governed by forces beyond their control, leading to a sense of resignation about achieving long-term goal. And the last one, autonomy, wanting to be independent and not controlled by others, including refusing to be told that to do by authority figures. In my conclusion, cultural deviance theory shows that a crime and deviant behavior are often influenced by the environment and culture a person grow up in. Young people in certain communities may adopt the value of their subculture, like thoughtness or excitement, which can sometimes conflict with mainstream society. Understanding this theory help us see the behavior is shaped by social and cultural factors, not just for personal choice, and it can guide communities in creating better support, programs, and opportunities for youth. That's all my presentation. Thank you, sir. Thank you to everyone.
Theory of feminism. Feminist theory is a body of thought that examines or critiques gender inequality, social rules, and power dynamics in society. Core concepts. Gender inequality. The central focus is on understanding and challenging the inequalities between genders, often rooted in social, political, and economic structures. Patriarchy, a system where women hold primary power and are dominant in roles of political leadership, moral authority, social privilege, and control of property. Feminist theory is analyzes how patriarchy structures and society and oppresses women. Discrimination and oppression. It examines the ways in which women and marginalized gender face discrimination and oppression in various forms. Social rules and stereotyping. The theory analyzes how societal expectations and stereotypes shape gender roles and limit opportunities. There are different strands of feminist theory. One is liberal feminism. Liberal feminism focuses on social, political, and legal constraints that limit women's rights and opportunities, advocating for equal rights and opportunities within the existing system. Second is cultural feminism. Cultural feminism focuses on the differences between male and female experiences and values, often highlighting characteristics traditionally associated with women like nurturing. The last is impact and application. Feminist theory has been applied to many academic disciplines, including literature, sociology, political science, and psychology, to examine texts, social structures, and human experiences from a gendered perspective. Theory is also a basis for developing new research frameworks that investigate structural inequalities and experiences previously ignored.
Differential operation theory. Introduction. Proposed by Rigoli and Hewitt. Explain how youth delinquency develops through operation. Focus on unequal power and control in social institutions. Youth experience oppression in different social settings: family, schools, community. Adults and institutions impose strict control and expectation. Oppression limits autonomy and creates stress. Forms of oppression: verbal, emotional, and physical control. Second one is discrimination based on age, class, and status. Third one, denial of opportunities and unfair punishment. Effect on youth. Feelings of powerless and frustration. Second one, lower self-esteem and increased anger. Youth may turn deviant behavior as copying or resistance. Path of delinquency: oppression, stress, need for control and identify. Youth may rebel to regain autonomy. Delinquency become a form of expression or escape. Conclusion: differential operation theory shows that social control can create delinquency. Youth behavior is shaped by their environment and treatments. Reducing oppression and supporting youth autonomy help prevent delinquency. That's all.